Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I am just excited to be here yet again on an amazing Wednesday for an opportunity to have another conversation with a phenomenal Bob. I am your host, Sonia M. Weaver, and I'm looking forward to this conversation as always. I hope you are. This is by far one of the conversation I have been waiting for a couple years to have. So I am getting right to it, okay? Let me just bring you up to speed how I spent my amazing weekend. I celebrated my siblings. Yes, my sister, who is the founder of Stepmom Sanity, celebrated her birthday on September the 10th. And she was in DC, so I didn't get an opportunity to celebrate with her on her birthday, but most definitely this past weekend, along with my brother, whose birthday is September 17th. Yes, they're 7 days apart. And he is the founder of Bright Tech Communications. So kudos to my siblings and the amazing things they're doing. Can you see fun was had by all? There's laughter and games. We always get together, have a good time. This is first cousins getting together. I have several first cousins. They're all not pictured, but the ones that were there, we had a ball. And that's what life is about, just enjoying the time with family. When you can really control your destiny as an independent Bob, it does make a difference in the quality of time that you spend away from your work. I'm just saying, I've experienced on both sides, and I'm really, really having a good time cherishing moments that I didn't always get a chance to make because of my busy schedule and responsibilities. Well, I also encouraged you guys from last week's conversation with Dr. Lisa H. With Dr. Lisa H. Fuller. We had an amazing conversation last week, and on Saturday, it was her book release. So I hope you guys joined that Zoom, was able to see the collaborative authors and really have an opportunity to hear and engage what they were contributing to this work, what their story was, what their why was. And if you happen to have missed the segment, yes, make sure you go over to our YouTube channel and check that out. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe. So getting into our deal of the day, getting really, really excited. We love literacy here, right? And because of who we're having a conversation with tonight, we're going to be giving away this phenomenal book, Girlfriend, It's Time to Soar. Yes, get excited. Girlfriend, It's Time to Soar. How do you win this book? Well, let me tell you 3 easy steps. If you are already a subscriber and if you already like and follow us on social media, step 1 and 2 are already completed. Now, here's what you have to do every week because we really want to increase subscriptions and engagement. Make sure you go over to our YouTube channel and share 5 previous Get to Know Bob episodes. There are many, so pick whichever were your favorites and share them. Make sure you tag us, Deals with Bob, on Instagram and on Facebook. Whichever one you choose, then email us at info@dealswithbob.com that you've completed the steps, and the first person to do so will receive that free book. Get excited because we'll have more in the show about it. And I know that will additionally pique your interest and make you really, really, really want to do those easy steps. Now, if you haven't done so, like I said earlier, make sure that you go and look at the video from last week with our conversation with Dr. Lisa H. Fuller. It was an amazing conversation. Now, on tonight's show, can you get excited? We're going to be talking to the phenomenal Sandra Epps, founder of the Detroit Dow Show, founder of Sandyland Entertainment, and just some founders of some other things that we're going to talk about later on in the show. But let's welcome Miss Sandra Epps. Hello, hello. How are you?
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for this opportunity to join you. I'm so excited. So excited.
Oh, of course. I'm excited to have you. Thank you for accepting the invitation.
Yes.
Now, if you have not watched any previous episodes before, what we do here at Get to Know Bob is we allow our guests to self introduce. Here's some things that I love for people to connect with. Of course, who you are. Give them some fun facts too, some things that they may not know outside of business. Let them know then what you do. And most importantly, why do you do what you do? So I'm passing the baton to you.
But okay, so once again, my name is Sandra Epps. I am the founder of Sandy's Land, where we party with the purpose and we bring the fun to you. So, fun fact is, I am a professional face and body painter. That's what I'm most popular of in the community. Sometimes people think it's two of me. They think it's a Sandra and they think it's a Sandy the face painter. So that's a fun fact. And I enjoy doing that because I get a chance to minister to the kids, because every time a kid or adult get in my chair, I always, make sure I make them feel good before they leave my chair. I'm also the founder of the Detroit Dow Show, which is the largest Black Dow show in the nation, where we celebrate history, culture, self-love, and diversity with the promotion of Dows of Color. This also includes action figures, of course, and books. So, what got me started in what I do, because I'm also an author as well, um, I was diagnosed with lupus at the age of 14. So it attacked my central nervous system, my kidney, and my heart. I was confined to a wheelchair twice, and I had to learn how to walk, talk, and eat all over again. However, I wanted to turn that negative into a positive, because I was dealing with some self-esteem issues, not loving myself, because I had, ballooned up to nearly 200 pounds at 4'11" due to the steroids, lost my hair, all those things had happened to me. I wanted to make sure that another girl didn't experience what I experienced, which not loving myself. So
Mm,
I decided to turn a full-time career into encouraging women and children to love the skin they're in. So
I
that's kind
love
of the
that.
gist of it. Yes.
So that's like a bird's eye view of Miss Sandra, Miss Sandy. One person, guys, one person. And we're going to hopefully throughout the conversation give you a little bit more to keep you engaged along the way.
Yes.
So, what would you say? I know you mentioned the Dow Show, the author, and everything, but if you had to say of everything you do, what is your core mission, your totality of how you see yourself as a servant to the community?
How I see myself as an antenna of love, an antenna of hope, an antenna of peace. Because if you follow me on Facebook, what I do daily, I always post inspirational quotes. That's kind of how I got, people follow me, because they are sometimes if I don't post those quotes, people all in my inbox like, "Where you at? You okay?" So, but that's one of those things where I feel it's my duty, for some strange reason, because I know the power of words and I know the power of affirmations and what they have done for me
Mhm.
personally as an individual, and growing through things in my life. So that's one of the things that I find that is a must for me to do, and it makes me feel good, because then the people will come back and say, "Oh, you know what? I needed that today." You don't know how that, changed my outlook on the day. All those things, coming back to me, let me know that the work is not in vain. So just getting up in the morning, literally trying to post between 6 and 8 in the morning so people can get that message before they go off to work, because it's important as we wake
Hmm.
up. Before we should pray before our foot hit the
Yeah.
floor, or
Yeah.
we should meditate. We should do something to get our mind body in sync before we start our day.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because the day is going to be full of lifing. Okay. And when you
Okay.
don't get your prayed up, focus, meditation,
Yeah.
all of those good things get synced in with the Lord to guide and where He wants you to go this day, one, you're going to be trying to figure it out yourself. And we already know what
Right.
happens when you do that. Two, you have now left some armor off. So now you got
Mhm.
weak spots for the devil to attack. You
Yes.
have to every day get your full armor on, right? Every day
Yes.
is a battle.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's it. Getting your armor on, getting your protection on, getting your focus on, getting your mind set for the day, and mapping out. It helps to map out what you want for your day. Because if you get out the bed and you grumpy and you're already complaining, you done set your day on fire with
Exactly.
craziness or negativity. You know what I'm saying? You're just drawing it to you. So it's
Hmm.
best to just get up and have a positive word to speak on yourself, to speak over yourself.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we forget how phenomenal we are, or we'll have ourselves feeling so bad. You
Yep.
know,
We'll
yeah,
forget. And you know, even if you don't feel like it and you do it, it's something about that positive energy that you begin to generate that even will make you feel a little bit better.
yeah,
It may not
yeah,
take you to the mountaintop, but at least it lifts you up somewhat.
yeah.
That's what I was like, I remember my grandmother be like, well, you don't have to look like you feel. So she was always
Come
put
on,
something
grandma.
on them lips, do something. You don't have to look how you feel. And so
Right.
I remember when I was in the hospital, I was like, okay, let me get some makeup because that was kind of instilled in me. And I remember people came to visit me. They was like, you sick? And I'm like, yeah, but I don't have to look how I feel. And that
Exactly.
goes for your mental, your physical, your emotional, everything. Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. So with your endeavors, when did you actually start? Do you remember what year, what around how long ago?
Let me tell you. Yep, you know how I remember? Because this was really the launch of my I know I got the little light in a way, but this is it. This is what really started everything. When
Okay.
I actually wrote this book, Imani Has the Most Exciting Dream, in 2005. That's when I became an official entrepreneur, because I was doing some business things, but this put me on a map as an entrepreneur. I ended up selling over 2,000 of these books, and it's a
Awesome.
hardcover, and it actually introduces young readers to the power of affirmations, and and introduce them to God and loving on themselves, and through this fun story about a girl and her mom. So it touches on lupus, and this book has been helpful to people. I had a number of people who still contact me today about this book.
Wow.
But what stood out the most, when a friend of a friend said she had this book, and her friends, next door to her, the kid's mom was dealing with cancer, and the book actually helped the child deal with their parent, they're
Having cancer.
dealing with cancer. Yeah,
Wow.
yes, I do remember. This is my baby. It took her a minute to be birthed. If you read the book, but yes,
Right.
I do remember. Hmm.
I love it. I love it. And the fact that you were able to take something that's very personal, that
Yes.
really could have impacted you negatively and positively, depending on from day to day, but use what you went through in order to
Yes.
inspire other people and give them the hope, the encouragement, the willpower, the affirmations to believe in themselves through this process is awesome. I mean, really, it's awesome. Remind people then, when you said you have lupus, at what age did you get this diagnosis?
So I was sick between the age of 11 and 12.
Mhm.
So a lot. I was, ill, but my parents thought I did not want to do my chores. And
Mhm.
finally, it was when I turned 14, one day, only thing could move on me were my eyes. My body just completely
Wow.
shut down. And so then, I'm screaming for my mom. My mom came to get me, my mom and my dad, and took me to the hospital. And that just, luckily our family physician had an idea what lupus was at that time, because it's still very hard to diagnose because it kind of mimics other things as well.
Right,
But
right.
my family physician kind of had an idea, and went to Children's Hospital. Then from Children's Hospital, because it got progressively worse, I
Mm.
ended up going to U of M, which is a wonderful hospital, and I,
Mhm.
I would say played a big part of me being here today, besides my mama's prayers.
Yes, yes. I know. We have a miracle baby that was part of the U of M family, and I would definitely agree with you
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah,
Um, so almost 20 years, 2005, almost 20 years.
yes.
Now, your motivation then, what was it then to begin? And is it the same thing that motivates you now?
So what I didn't mention is the butterfly bash, because I used to host the butterfly bash, women empowerment conference butterfly bash. So
Mhm.
after the book, honestly, then that came.
Okay.
And then I went on and I did, then I started the Detroit Dial show. But I will say, yes, there has been some changes, because like the butterfly bash, which I love doing because it was all about advocating, um, uh, you know, um, to get the word out about lupus, number one, and to encourage women to begin to value themselves more and love themselves more. That's what it was all about. The organization was She's Empowered, Sisters Helping to Encourage Sisters. That was the name of it. And so from that moment of doing that, I end up kind of pivoting, because we pivot as entrepreneurs. We
Hmm.
end up going into another direction, kind of like, well, we all know what pivot is now since COVID, don't we? Because if
Yes,
you didn't
right.
know what pivot was, you found out what pivot was then, didn't you?
Exactly.
So I kind of pivoted from that, and but let's go back a little bit. The reason why I started the butterfly bash was important. The butterfly, and the reason why I wear it a lot in my brand, is because it represents the rash that appears on a lupus patient's face when they're experiencing a flare up. But
Mhm.
it also represents rebirth, transformation, hope, peace, those things. That's why if you see in a majority of my artwork, or when I used to dress up heavily, you would always see butterflies and
Mhm.
everything. That's where that came from. But however, I went from doing that, and still, I did that from 2010 to maybe 2018.
Oh
But
wow.
yep. But then I established the Detroit Dow Show 2011.
Okay.
And yep. And so and that started out because God has plan. You may have a plan, but God
Right.
gonna be like, you thought you had a plan, but I got another plan for you. So,
Exactly.
right. So once again, I originally was doing this whole thing with the book,
Hmm.
and in 2011, to host an event just to inspire, little girls basically to love themselves by way of representation, positive representation. And I had this event right there on Kirby at the International Institute. Like, okay, this is gonna be this one-time event.
Hmm.
And what ended up happening, that one-time event, we we outgrew the space. That one year, I had people from New York and Chicago to contact me and actually come in and join us for the first Detroit Dial show. And so things begin to change a little bit from there with the butterfly bash, and moving over to this thing now, the Detroit Dial show, which is the largest of its kind in the world.
That's awesome. That is
Yeah.
so awesome. So before we proceed to our next segment, we're going to take a moment and recognize our nonprofit for today's show, as well as our segment feature businesses and events. Let's take a moment.
Our featured nonprofit for tonight's show is Urban Unity, which creates a safe haven for children and families within the foster care system. Their vision is for every child impacted by foster care to be empowered and equipped to reach their fullest potential, fully capable of living out loud the very best versions of themselves. Their focus is to educate, empower, equip, and expose by creating a safe haven and safety net for children experiencing foster care. They want to make a difference in the lives of children that have been impacted by foster care system by being passionate, trustworthy, empathy, and supportive. Affordable Veterinary Clinic is dedicated to providing optimal veterinary care and personalized attention for you and your pet. Affordable Veterinary Clinic wants to remind you that it's time for vaccines, heartworm medication, and flea and tick prevention. They are offering our consumer members free well exams with the purchase of vaccines for new clients. Detroit Metro Plug Podcast features interviews with Detroit difference makers in the area of entrepreneurship and community involvement. They believe connection matters, and they are offering our consumer members 15% off of events. Director Jonathan Parker of Unity announces Youth Bowling Club. Can't bowl? We'll teach you. Openings are available for all skill levels. They are now accepting registration forms for the 2023 to 2024 season. Bowlers can sign up anytime during the season. They have Friday night youth and Friday night bumper, and they have Saturday youth and Saturday bumper. Registration fee for either day is $20. For more information, just contact Unity Detroit. Unity Adopt a Family Program. Each year, Adopt a Family helps families during the Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday season. They're asking for you or your business to support this nonprofit organization with an in-kind or monetary donation. Please complete the form by getting it from the Unity website or their Facebook page. Complete the form and submit it by December 2nd. They are looking for and counting on your support. This Friday night, decompression session hosted by Sonia M. Weaver and Jason Integrity. Come celebrate the wins, let go of the stress, vent, share, and encourage. Registration is now via Alignable. Got warrants? Our Own Wall Street presents Detroit Warrant Clinic, happening Saturday, September the 23rd from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. at Black Bottom Park, 905 East Milwaukee Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to Deals with Bob and clicking the subscribe button.
Well, Miss Sandy, welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes.
I know and you mentioned earlier people getting confused by you. So we do have here some of the work in which you do as it pertains to the face painting. This is just phenomenal. I mean, I guess like summer for you, I know you were booked like crazy, and I can see
Yes.
why. How did the painting, the body art, evolve? How did it become part of your brand? All the wonderful things you do.
That was, I kind of want to say it was almost a fluke. I started doing it. I saw it done somewhere, and I was like, I like that because I was an artist, and when I couldn't talk, when I was struggling with lupus, the only thing that I could do was doodle. And so, my family is artistic. That's the thing. So I've seen it somewhere, and I can't remember where I seen somebody face painting or whatever. And I said, I want to try that. End up trying it. I liked it. And then I just started volunteering for churches. And next thing you know, I'm like, wait a minute, this might be a thing for me. And yes, and just fell in love with it. And it's it's so rewarding because it's the happiness on the kid's face. Because they sit down there themselves. When they get out your chair, they somebody else. They look like something else, and they love it. And then too, as I continue to do it, I realized it was a ministry because some of the kids that I come in contact with, they, they are having problems, and you can tell they're having problems by how they may be dressed, how they smell.
Mhm.
And but I still made it a point to make those children feel special. So everybody gets in my chair, it's going to be, sweetheart, baby, you look beautiful. They're getting a compliment before you get out of my chair or in my chair. I'm telling you, you beautiful already. And you can feel a person's energy.
Yes.
Something, yeah, you can. If you know energy, energy. You can feel energy. And if the kid is looking kind of sad, but they're standing in line and they want to get this thing done, you can tell. And I make sure I really put on the love. So it's an
Yeah.
opportunity to give love to each individual by way of art, by wearable art. And so it's a ministry. I end up looking at it as a ministry. And now it keeps me real busy. And I'm grateful for it.
Yes. I just know the work is phenomenal, and I'm glad that you're able to do it. I remember a few years ago, I saw full body that
Yes.
you did where it was like the nude, but it was full body art. And I
Right.
just was like, how talented is this woman right here? Like, it was phenomenal. How
I thank
talented
you.
is this woman
And
right here?
And I typically do that, or I've done that for women who have lost their breasts,
Mm,
so they can feel good about themselves, and the beauty is there.
yeah,
They just kind of lose their confidence because they think, what they go through when they lose their breasts. They think they're not the same woman, or their husband might not be attracted to them, and that's not the case. The
yeah,
beauty is within, and it comes
exactly,
without. So
exactly.
I've done many women who have had cancer, women who have lost their hair to alopecia, women who have gotten a divorce and they just want to celebrate themselves, or it's their birthday, their 60th birthday. So yes, it's paint, but it's more than paint.
Yeah,
It's more than paint. It's a thing of uplifting, of empowerment by way of art, and that's how I see it. Because touch is healing. Number one, touch
mm-hmm.
is healing, but
Right.
also to create a piece of art on a person to make them feel even better about themselves. That's a wonderful thing, and I enjoy that too.
Yes, yes. I can only imagine. Definitely, just phenomenal. Um, w- you've shared a lot in your own opinion coming from oneself. And before I go there, I wanted to add, I meant to say this. You talked about people's energy and
Hmm.
beautiful. And I found myself, being true finally. So when I send messages to people, I'm like, hey, beautiful. And it's genuine because the people now who are coming and that's our track within my circle, the energies are positive. So it's what's in you is so much more important than what this shell of an outer you is. No, because this shell can change, anything can happen. It's always what's in you that radiates from outside. And when I can connect to that, it's beautiful. So I actually do the same thing. Like, hello, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. And then I said, well, I wonder how people think about it. And I said, you know what? I'm 51. I don't care what people think no more.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You a beam of light and energy that's impacting the world. And so yes, so that you're making an impact. Whereas some of them people that's walking around being judgmental, they ain't making no impact. Folk don't even want to be around them.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now, in your own words, before we go to the next segment,
Mhm.
what do you want people to know about you specifically and the work you do? Now, we talked about a lot of different things, how you got there, how you started, but if you had to say, this is what I want to be remembered by, this is what I want people to know about me and my work, what would that be?
Oh, I think it would be turning my negative into a positive
Mm.
and making an impact with the gifts that God gave me. I now have what, 6 books? I would have never thought.
Oh,
And so, yeah, so I have the coloring books for the children, coloring books for the adults, but I want to leave that impact that, yes, Sandy, if Sandy can do it, okay, I can do it. So, and coming down the pike, there's some things that I'm working on. I have a butterfly garden at home
Mm-hmm.
right now, that I do things in front of my home for the kids and for the neighborhood. So I genuinely like just having fun and making people happy. So, most of the time, the kids, they come over here because I got a little free little library. They come and get a book, read a book, sit in my butterfly garden. I just want to make an impact where when people are in my presence, I want them to know that they are seen, they are heard, and they are worthy. And so that's the legacy I want to leave.
I love it. I love it. So before I ask, we go into the next segment, I ask any other questions. I need to acknowledge the businesses for this segment and the events that are coming up.
High Tech Communication has the brightest ideas for all your surveillance needs and more. They are offering our consumer members 10% off. Divine Diva Design's mission is to provide you with quality customized items. Please be aware that many of the items are handmade, so no two items are exactly alike. They are offering our consumer members 15% off. Urban Unity CDC presents a Night of the Arts
I'll
on
ask her.
September the 29th. VIP reception is 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. The doors open to the public at 6:30 p.m. This will happen at the Northwest Gallery of Arts, 19556 Grand River Avenue in Detroit,
I'm still being
Michigan.
interviewed.
The Western Wayne NAACP presents Home Buyers Workshop on Saturday, September the 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Booker T. Dozier Recreational Center at 2025 Middlebelt Road in Inkster, Michigan. The time is from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The Ladies Entrepreneur Empowerment Circle Business Networking Conference happening September the 30th at Mary Grove College, 8425 West McNichols Road, from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. For more information, contact 313-231-3715. Tickets are available on Eventbrite. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to Deals with Bob and clicking the subscribe button.
So welcome back. Welcome back. One part that I always like to do, and you're going to have to help me with this, unfortunately.
Okay.
I really believe that one day your beautiful essence appeared in my life. This normally I always say how I met my guests
Right.
on the show. And I was like, when exactly did we meet? It just seems like one
I
day
agree.
here.
I think our energy is just kind of connected because I don't even remember. I don't remember. So I'm with you on that because one day I remember when I saw you last, I was thinking to myself, when did we connect? Don't even know.
It's so weird. And I wanted to say it was at Fellowship Chapel, there was an entrepreneurship
Was it then?
event, and we took pictures there. But then I said, no, I knew her before then.
No, it was before the end. But
And I said,
so
I can remember.
it had to be a business networking event.
Had
But
to be.
but which one I don't know. So
Right.
but here we are.
Here we are. And then so I had to share with people yes, here we are. And we have been loving on each other ever since.
Yes.
Like when we got together, and I was so excited to see you. It was like, okay, I'm just feeling it's time to have you on. You are just doing amazing things consistently. I mean, obviously 2005, and we just are tipping the iceberg of some things in which Miss Sandy does. OMG. I'm just like, the list goes on. So we're going to be talking about some of the events this segment. Now, you have multiple artistic events.
Yes.
This one was a doll making workshop. Can you tell me about that?
Okay, so and once again, it's all about, for me, loving the skin you're in, and it doesn't matter what age you are. So this doll making workshop I call it the chocolate fairy. And so you see, we had adults and children. Well, we had more adults than we had children
Yeah.
at this particular one. But so it was, once again, you had the opportunity to grab the hair that looked like yours, or if you were making this doll to give to someone, you could do that. But most of the people, they kept their dolls. And so this was so much fun because uh, people, they didn't want to leave. That's the thing, and they kept like adding to the girl. And then so you had the opportunity to create this other personality of yourself, if you per
Mm.
se, you know. So that was fun. So some did Afro puffs, some did gray hair. We had gray hair, we had
That's
red hair, we
good.
had brown hair. So you just had an opportunity to go crazy and create something that you adore, that can, be a piece of art in your home.
I love it. I love it. And then we came across the wood painting. Is that what
Yes.
this is? Wood painting.
So the that particular, and now I had did a one of the city actually hired me too before. Well, so it was during June. But however, I try to keep things inspiration based, and you get a chance to create your favorite quote on a piece of wood art that you can, keep in your home, on your wall, in your kitchen, in your bathroom, to remind you of whatever you want to achieve, or what favorite quote that can get you going in the morning, or just in passing, going to the mirror in your restroom or wherever. So yeah, just anything that can just make you feel good. My artwork, I wanted to make you feel
You
good.
make you feel good. Now with those, because we're going to show one more event, obviously. Well, maybe let's show that event first, then I'll ask my question. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So the other thing that came across is the pillow paint parties.
That is my second most popular thing that I do.
Okay.
The pillow paint parties be live. They be litty lit.
Lit, lit.
So they're 16 by 16 pillows, and the pillow forms are 16 by 16. And I have an array of designs for children and for adults, but it's mainly adults that book me for this party, of course. So some of the imagery, majority of the imagery are of women, because it's all, once again, it's all about celebrating you. So it's women with locks, afros, afro puffs, head wraps, and then we have titles such as "Spread Love," "I Am Magic," "Hope." Those type of titles that are always encouraging. So when you see your piece of art that you've created, and a lot of the women who create them, I typically ask, "Well, where did you put your pillow?" Because I have people to repeat. Honey, some of these people are riding around with these pillows in the back seat of their car. Okay. There's a lot of them that, have them in their car. Of course, you have them at home. You have them, on your couch or
Mhm.
in your bedroom. But it's the joy that that these women turn into 7-year-old girls. And I
Yeah.
love it.
And they love it, right?
Right. Because
Who
our,
doesn't? First of
right.
all, you get to create a lovely piece of art, your creativity in it. But I mean, 7 years old, that's what's a stress-free life, right? You had no
Yeah,
worries in the world. So in that
exactly.
moment, you are out of stress, stress-free existence during that time. Who wouldn't want that?
Right. And the benefits of art, a lot of people don't know it helps to ward off anxiety,
Mhm.
depression. It can lower your heart rate. It helps with problem solving. I mean,
Mhm.
there's a ton of benefits in just creating art, even if you just
Yes.
get some crayons. And that's why coloring books are so popular now for adults. People
Yes,
may not know it, but you feel better.
you
You're
do.
relaxed, and it takes your mind off your troubles. It does wonders for the body personally, and that's another thing that I love about art. And I know that helped me to heal. It
Mhm.
was affirmations and art.
Yeah.
Those was
It's a
for
different
me.
piece of the brain where you have to
Yes,
allow creativity to come, and when that part of that brain is being activated, the
yes,
other things are minimized in that
yes.
in that time. And we get some of the same reactions with our linked events when people are beading
Yes,
and making bracelets and they're
exactly.
bonding. It's that creativity. We've heard some of the same thing, the relaxation, the fun of it, just the creativity, putting my take on it, all of these different things. And it is whenever that creative piece, whatever there is in the brain, I
Yes,
don't know, but it generates something within us, and it
yes,
just travels throughout our bodies and our being. I
yes, it does.
absolutely love it. So
Self-expression is wonderful. It's a wonderful thing.
it's awesome. Awesome. Now, you mentioned, of course, and we talked about it, that you are author. I didn't know you had me beat. See, I was prepared. They got me prepared for four
Yeah,
books, but you have
right.
more than that.
Yes, yes, I do. Four. Yep. So and then because what's not added is you're missing Girl Power, Discover the Princess Within, and then of course my first book, Imani Has the Most Exciting Dream. Yes.
Got it. Got it. Now, I love that you have like an inspirational coloring books, and it says he looks like me, she looks like me. I have
Yes.
to imagine, of course, this must be geared to our younger men or young boys,
Yes.
and then geared to our young ladies, young girls.
Yes.
And so is it just the inspirational quotes that are in here as they're coloring?
So it's inspirational quotes and it's in which one we gonna grab? Let's see which one we're gonna grab. So and I can just I can let you see, I can open it up here and let you see one or two pages. This is the last page. Can you see it? So
Yes, unique. I'm beautiful, powerful, pretty, brilliant, capable, awesome. Yes, so those are
yes.
affirmations.
Yeah. So and then I have like this one. I am smart.
Smart. Okay, awesome.
Let's see. And for and so we have little puzzles. We have little activities for the girls to do too. And then of course because I am kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's it's enough. And then of course imagery is everything.
Positive affirmations, mother and daughter. Love it.
Yeah. So
Love it.
yeah, and so that's all through the boy book, and this one that's geared towards girls. It's the quotes, of course, to remind them that they are kind, they are smart, they are beautiful, and then I wanted to go, and then I have a poem in here. My black doll reminds me in this one, and then let's see, because I know time is ticking. So I'm trying to I'm trying to give you the good goods, and then I have Black Boy. Never be ashamed of who you are. When you hurt, it's okay to cry. Just remember to keep your head held high. Black Boy, always believe in you. There's greater opportunities waiting to be introduced to you. Be positive. That's how you excel. Stand focused is the real holy grail. Work hard. This is the ingredients for becoming great. No matter how old you get, it's never too late. Obstacles will come, but these are seeds to help you grow. Black boy, believe you can succeed. You've been destined to rise up like a king. Black excellence is in your DNA. Always remember this when you lose your way. As a nephew, brother, boy, and when you grow into a man, never forget you are a blessing to this world when you always do the best you can.
I
So,
love it.
thank you. Yeah. So, and then there's that, I have a piece of poetry in here too. So just things to make that child feel good about themselves. Yes.
Love it. Love it. Now, as you saw at the beginning, we're going to be giving away to the first person who completes those 3 easy steps. Girlfriend, it's time to soar. What would you like to share as the author to get them really wanting to get this book for
Let
free?
me tell you, this book right here, first of all, you're going to get some art that you've not seen. You're going to get you some art. And this book, I don't care what, I've had a 15-year-old request this, and her mama got it for her. And I had children. So I have all ages that gravitate to this book because it's a nice, thick book. It ain't no, look, that's thick book. That's thick book. That book gonna help you out. So there's quotes in here. What's on your mind, girlfriend? Action steps for you to take. Review of my week. This, I have to admit, is a power packed book. I've had people say it's so pretty, I don't want to mess it up. So I've had that before where they'll get a journal and write in the journal. So, but however, it's a must have, if I have to say so myself. Progress, struggles, and stressors, how I overcome my best moments, how I progress. I gave myself permission to. Today, I was inspired by what I am doing for myself today. I am most confident about. It's a winner. If it's a winner.
I
I mean,
love
it's
it.
yeah, it's a winner. It's a winner, winner. I'm telling you.
It's a
And
winner
to get
winner, y'all. So
and to get it
make
for
sure
free.
you and you
Right.
getting it for free. So make sure you do those 3 easy steps. All
Yes.
righty. So as we proceed into our next segment, we're going to take a moment to mention this segment's featured business and events.
Deals with Bob is creating awareness and encouraging support of Black-owned businesses, ultimately for the promotion of restoration for our communities. And they are offering our consumer members 15% off their premium consulting services. MCS Financial Services Incorporated is a remote accounting firm that offers extraordinary accounting services to small businesses. They provide accounting, tax, payroll, and advisory services and are offering our consumer members 15% off. Man to Man Youth Summit. Men who want to encourage young men ages 12 to 24. Happening Saturday, October 7th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Impact Church, 12844 Elmdale Street in Detroit, Michigan. Register at www.emilworld.com. Divalicious Enterprise presents Pink Hustle Event, the Barbie Edition, happening Saturday, October the 7th from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Complex Hall, located at 3800 Puritan Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. Save the date, Mental Health Fair, happening October the 14th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., hosted by Discern Life Consultants and Evangel Christian Churches at 28491 Utica Road in Roseville, Michigan. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to Deals with Bob and clicking the subscribe button.
So welcome back. Welcome back. So we have talked about just a little bit of this upcoming event that you have scheduled for November, right?
Yes. I'm so excited. So excited. So excited. It's been a minute that, when you host events, and you've hosted events before, or when you have something, it's your baby. But this year, I know it's fire. I'm gonna say it. I know it's fire because we have so many elements on this show. Number one, all of these phenomenal individuals that's gonna participate on the panel. And so
Yeah.
they all come with their own phenomenalness, even if that's a word. But so I'm excited to have the panel discussion. And Tawana Petty, she does the Petty Populist, which I was just at in Ottawa. So she's a dynamic and just brilliant. She's a poet, phenomenal. Just okay, All right, so then we have Dr. Sabrina, and we all know Dr. Sabrina Jackson, who is the people expert. Okay, if you know, you know. And then we have Galvin and Stephanie, who's the author. She is just dynamic, creative individual, author. And then we have Swande, who is a percussionist, and he's an African drummer, and just graces everyone with his talent, but having all of their perspectives on the negative impact of colorism in our community is a much needed conversation. So not only are we having fun. See, we party with a purpose, and that's what my tagline is, because not only are we having fun, but you're going to learn something in the process. Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, and in between time, we will be paying tribute to the Honorable Queen Mother, Reverend Dr. Joanne Watson, who was the council member and she also was the first female president of the NAACP. She was also president of the women's what is it? The Women's Foundation, and I can't think of it. They have the men and the women, and I can't think of it right about now. But however, she's done dynamic things. She worked with Congressman John Conyers, Rosa Parks. She's done some great things, and a lot of people don't know that the character of the Melody doll right here, the American Girl doll, she's basically is the story around her is she lives in Detroit, and she loves Motown music, and she grew up in the 60s, and she participated with the march. So that's her character is kind of based on a little bit of Joanne Watson growing up in the city of Detroit and having the first march to participate with her parents in the march that was held here in the city of Detroit with Martin Luther King. So
love it. That
it's
history is awesome.
Right. And we got so much going on. We got selfie stations that I've been working on. I wish I could show you. I wish I could. But I don't want to give nothing away. And then
don't.
I'm so hyped. When I tell you I'm so hyped about it, it's gonna be phenomenal. I have to admit, because every year you want to do something different, but I'm really excited about this. And then we already have 30 vendors who have booked their spots.
That's awesome.
Awesome. And more to come.
You have to let them know then. Okay, what date should they be saving?
I'm so excited. I ain't even talking about that important stuff. You should save the date, wonderful people, for November the 18th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Mary Grove Conservancy, and that's 8425 West McNichols, right there, Wyoming. If you stay in Detroit, it's 6 miles. So yes, it's 6 miles.
That's
how we do. Right, that's what we know, and it's right there on Mary Grove campus, which is a beautiful campus. It's gated. It's you feel good, you feel secure, and we're going to have food trucks there. We're going to have more food this year. Typically, it's just the vendors, the Dow vendors, and some special vendors, but we're going to have Detroit Cocoa Bar there. We're going to have Maddie's Juice there. We're going to have Dr. Valanda with sweet potato sensation. Sweet potato delight. Let me get it together. Sweet potato delight. I'll be mixing up my peoples. Right. But yeah, so she does vegan desserts as well, and it's just we're gonna have a display.
It sounds like a funky good time.
Yeah, all of that. I'm so excited about it. As you can see, I'm excited about it. It's a ton of stuff for you to do, and for all ages. We're gonna have arts and crafts as well. We always have things for kids and adults to do when they show up. So it's a day full of fun. Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to tell people watching too. So, you're in Michigan. If you are within a 5-hour geography, go ahead and mark the date, say the date, and just come on down, because it's going to be an experience.
Yes.
You bring your family and come and have a good time. That means if you're 5 hours within Michigan, if you're in Chicago, 5 hours away, come on over to Michigan or what of those other states that just hit us, Ohio and all. Y'all can come on up and support Miss Sandy. You ain't got to just be from the metropolitan Detroit area.
That's right.
A weekend for the family. Come on out and see some American heritage, about our heritage and different dolls that you won't be able to find in your local stores.
Exactly.
So you will definitely want to come on out. And I remember the year I went to high school with Sherry Crawley. So I remember when Pretty Brown Girl was part of the whole doll show. It was amazing to know 2 people that were part of that amazing event.
Yes.
Now, before we wrap up, can you believe we're at the end of the show already?
No.
I have to take a moment to highlight the final events that we have coming up in the upcoming weeks. So stay connected and support them.
Lisa's Lyrics present A Day of Healing, Saturday, October the 14th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Learn how to heal naturally and traditionally from grief and loss, mental ailments, and daily stressors. This is happening at the Sterling Heights Lions Club. Tickets are available on Eventbrite, or for more information, call 586-460-8981. Detroit Book City Fall Family Book Fair. Saturday, October the 14th, from 12:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. at 27204 West 8 Mile Road in Southfield, Michigan. The Western Wayne NAACP Freedom Fund Dinner, happening Sunday, October the 15th at Soho Banquet and Event Center, 34615 Warren Road, Westland, Michigan. The reception is 4 p.m. and the program begins at 5 p.m. with keynote speaker Derek Johnson, the president and CEO of the NAACP. Mark your calendars for Permission to Live and Laugh Day, presented by the Azelle Benet Lockett Foundation, happening November the 4th at Wayne County Community College West Otter Drive campus. You can register today on Eventbrite. Mona Lisa's Lyrics presents the Entrepreneur Extravaganza, happening at the Sterling Heights Lions Club. Business owners and aspiring business owners learn how to grow your income with the experts. This is Saturday, November the 11th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tickets are available on Eventbrite. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to Deals with Bob and clicking the subscribe button.
So, Miss Sandy, as we come back into our final segment before leaving, I have a couple of key questions that I always ask. With the exception of your books and, of course, the Bible, what book is currently on your nightstand or that you've recently read or would highly recommend reading?
What is it? The Magic of Money. I'm reading that right now. I think it's The Magic of Money.
Okay.
Crush It. Crush It is a very good book that I've read. What's the young lady's name? I'm trying to think of it. Yeah, those two are the ones that's on my mind right now.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure after this over with, they all gonna be like bling, ding, 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 ding.
And that's fine, because the ones that come to your mind most readily are probably the ones somebody out there need to read. So that never fails. There's always some good books that people have then gotten from the show, and they've been like, "Oh, that's what I needed," you know.
Right.
So, how can people connect with you? I mean, you talk about these pillow parties, these wood parties, down making parties, paint paintings, and all these different things. If people want to book you and connect with you and support you, how can they connect with you?
They can definitely contact me by phone because I still answer my phone. It's 313-492-6953 or email sandysland@gmail. And of course, social media. I'm on Facebook, Sandy's Land or Sandra Epps, Detroit Dial Show, or on Instagram, Sandy's Land or Detroit Dial Show.
I love it. I love it. Now, we unpacked a lot, and there's still so much that we didn't get a chance to unpack it. So we definitely have to have Miss Sandy come back, and we're going to get her all into our Deals with Bob community so that you can go there for the one-stop shop to see everything that she's doing and to connect with her as well. What are some final remarks that you want to share that you may have wanted to mention tonight, but we just didn't get to it?
That we didn't get to. Well, one thing was the YWCA that I couldn't think of that Joanne Watson was the president of. But however, before we go, I would just say, just show some love to your people, to everyone. I mean, if just be nice, be kind. If I had to leave with anything, just be kind, because you never know what someone else is going through.
I love it. A perfect way to end. And I'm going to end with saying thank you to all of the people that are part of the Deals with Bob family. As we grow, I want to thank the guests from this year as we start getting you acclimated into our Deals with Bob family to begin offering our consumer members those phenomenal deals, discounts, giveaways, and rewards. We're saying a special thank you to Boss Entertainment Group, to the Amazing Woman Network, to True to You Candles, and to Linked LLC. If you are wondering how we're closing out the month of September, we're going to be speaking with DJ Zoe. That is DJ Z Light. Ooh, I have a tongue twister sometimes. And this young woman if you missed the previous time she was here, you want to make sure you mark your calendars for next week's show, because she's leaps and bounds from the last time. I mean, next year I just may not be able to get her. That's how phenomenal she is and how demanding her talent is right now. So make sure you tune in next week. And again, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you go to YouTube, do a search for Deals with Bob. Click that subscribe button and make sure you subscribe and share with others. Encourage others to subscribe as well. Click the notification bell while you're there so you get notified each and every time we go live. Remember, our goal is to be visible across to millions so that the phenomenal things that our Bobs are doing, like Miss Sandy, other people can know about it. This also inspires people. So thank you for those who are currently subscribers and for our new ones on their way. Now, again, I just want to say thank you, Miss Sandy, for coming on. This has been an amazing conversation. I truly appreciate you. And of course, it will not be your last.
Thank you for this opportunity to connect with your followers, and I look forward to coming back. It did go pretty fast, so that means I had fun, and I hope you had fun too. So let's do it again sometime.
Most definitely, most definitely. So thank you all for watching in and tuning in. I am Sonia M. Weaver, and as always, I encourage you to spend with purpose because your dollar does matter, and deal with Bob. I'll see you next Wednesday. Have a great weekend. Bye.